Hello, Taurus. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Gendron Tarot by Melanie Gendron. Website for them is usgamesinc.com. Supportive oracle cards are Whispers of Love, which I thankfully said it right that time. I keep tripping on whispers. By Angela Hartfield. Artwork by Josephine Wall. I really love the artwork on this one. And I am an intuitive reader, so keep that in mind as we keep going. There is a website for them. blueangelonline.com. So feel free to check that website out. There's an email there too, I think. Feel free to freeze frame if you need to, of course. What do we have for Taurus? Why are you over there? What's going on? Queen of Cups is around the situation. Like, not usually the Queen of Cups is compatible with Taurus. Not always. Not always. Not always. Depending on what's going on. But like, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on here. I feel like that's the most important thing. Somebody is really emotionally invested, but they're off to the side. Like, what are they doing? How are they affecting you? Is it like, what is going on with this person? Strength card, and then the Three of Cups. Is it a meddler? Who is this person? We're going to have to keep going, but I'm getting these two cards. So, if I can pick them up. Maybe I'm not supposed to pick them up yet. Can I pick them up, please? These two cards. Now, I don't know if I like this. I don't know yet. We have to keep going. But somebody, and it might be somebody, like it's outside the situation. So a romantic interest for somebody else, it could be. Doesn't have to be romantic. This could be somebody's sibling, friend, parent, child even, just to be fair. So there's emotional connection outside the situation heavily affecting it. That's very invested in somebody else. That might be very, very, very much affecting the situation. So it almost reminds me of like when you have two people together, whatever genders, and one of them is trying to just get along in life, and the other one has this idea of what they want the other one to do. So they keep pushing on the other one to do what they want, and maybe they want the other person to make more money. So they keep, making their spouse or not encouraging. There's a different, harsher word. Kind of bullying their spouse to kind of like keep trying for more money, keep asking for more money, keep asking for this, keep trying to tell them this, keep doing this, well, if they're doing that, then you do this. Like somebody almost like coaching somebody to what they want. I don't know if I like this over here. I don't know, because this is like almost like a meddling energy that's not totally bad, but maybe a little bit too insistent going on here. And this is outside of it. I feel like it's heavily affecting the whole picture, because I think whoever you're dealing with, no matter what it is, whoever they are, they're usually fairly easy to get along with. Are they? I think they're easy to get along with usually for you, but there's this extra component that's changing the dynamic. And the person here who you're dealing with, they're not connecting with you like they used to. Something like when I see the ball on this person's wrist, which looks like a female to me, but doesn't have to be. There's like a ball there. But it's like, I keep looking at it like it's going to roll right off her wrist. Like it's just kind of sitting there on her wrist. Is she pointing? She might be pointing. I think she's pointing. The way it's resting there, though, it doesn't look stable. Like, they're not really paying attention, and they're not really... Like, I feel like you should be holding the ball. But, like, there's the purpose. Like, it makes sense for this drawing. So it's like, there's nothing wrong with the drawing. But I feel like it's saying, like, when you're resting it in the back of your hand, it's going to roll off. Like, at some point, it's going to roll off. And I don't see it. It doesn't look like it's in motion. Maybe it is. They're not... The point is, they're not really handling things the way they should. They're over-connected to something else that's letting them kind of pull the strings. They're not thinking things through. And they're making random decisions. Like I see the Hermit coming in with the Two of Wands, and this is what's not working. They're not really thinking things through, and they're making decisions that don't really match what they were doing previously. They're making mismatched decisions. You know what I mean? It's kind of like wanting lunch and then going to play basketball. Like, you want to have lunch, so you went to go play basketball. Do we see where that doesn't kind of work? Do we see where that doesn't work out right? They need to get back in their strength. Is there a way for you to help them get back into their strength? Or are they not listening to you? Empress, and then this is Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. I don't know if they're willing to listen to you. Whoever this is not willing to listen to you right now. No, I'm not feeling it. Because the Nine of Pentacles is a very self-sufficient energy. It's also an earth energy as well. And you're earth, obviously. And you'd think earth can, connect with earth and kind of work it out. But I think as earth, because you're earth, it's kind of like those stubborn moments. When you've decided it will not happen, it's not going to happen. It's kind of like just because you're coming into this earth energy with this other person, but the point is understanding, like, when the door is shut, the door is shut. If nobody's home, nobody's home. You know what I mean? I feel like you understand what I'm saying with that. Like, the Taurus energy, I'm feeling kind of like, yeah. When it's not going to happen, it's just not going to happen. When you're not in the mood and you're not going to hear it, you're literally not going to hear it. And that's just it. You're just not going to, and that's it. You can relate to that. You can also relate to, like, when the appropriate season comes forward, maybe you'll change your mind. This is the same type of energy. When the appropriate season comes forward, maybe they'll open up a little bit. But the reason I'm bringing it forward is kind of like, especially like Taurus and Capricorn, I know this with, those are the real strong ones. Virgo could possibly do this too. The more you push, the harder they hold. And it's kind of like that analogy. When you don't want to make movement on something and you don't want to hear it, the more somebody pushes you, the stronger you hold true to what you want. You're like, I said I'm not, and I meant I'm not. And you and Capricorn especially, maybe Virgo too, will be like, no, I said no, and I'm not bending on it. I'm not. This is the energy you're coming up against. That's the point. Hopefully that makes sense. Because it's not willing to, it's like, no, it's not going to do it. No, we're not hearing it, No. Why is that coming in? I don't want to think about that. It's kind of like I have a crazy person that constantly emails me, and I can't stand it. I just kind of watch it because she's nuts. But it's kind of like you can't communicate with that energy and be like, stop emailing me for the rest of your existence, please. But it doesn't matter if I say something. They're crazy, and they just think what they want to think. It's kind of like that type of thing. I don't know why that had to come in there, but there it is. You have to let this energy fix itself. And I'm not really, I feel like you might have to just distance yourself for a temporary time and let them feel the absence of you. Let them feel the absence of you. You got the Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, yeah. But you also have the hanged person, the hanged man, the hanged woman, however you want to put it. Hanged person, that's probably the best. This can't seem to correct because the other side is not, they're not working with you. And if you go on and do your own thing, you put yourself out in the cold. Oh, that's interesting. It's kind of like, well, this isn't working. And I feel like I'm wasting my time. I'm not giving up on it. I'm just putting myself in the freezer for now. I'm just putting myself out in the cold. I'm just going to stay out of this situation. I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to put myself in that position. And I'm just going to let it be because I'm not effective here right now. They don't want to let me be effective. I can't be effective. I'm going to put myself out in the cold. And you have other things. You definitely have other things you could do. You have other things that are already going on around you that seem to have a lot of energy that you could actually make some difference in. It seems like Taurus goes towards work when like, all right, I can't make this work out, so I know my effort there where it makes sense, it makes more money, I get more in my paycheck, so that's where I'm gonna go. Or like, you have side projects that you want done. I've known some earth signs that like they'll start creating something. Like I remember one person was creating a shed, or I know another one who was like they started making little figures out of paint. How to explain this? It's like little wooden figures out of paint, and they just made those. They put a lot of energy in those, and I think at the time they sold it at a craft fair. Sometimes people do that and they sell them online, which it's like, make a little money there. Something that you like doing, something that you are happy with, and you can make a little money on the side. It could literally be something like that for you. Kind of like, all right, they don't want to work with me. I just got to put myself out in the cold. I don't really like it, but I'm not about wasting my energy either. Why waste my time? Why waste my energy? I'll step back, and when they start realizing I'm not around to like talk it out with them, they get to decide when they want to talk to me. I'll give that control to them because I'm not going to show up and just waste my time. There's no point. There's literally no point. This is one of those situations. Somebody else is influencing them. But I also feel when you pull back, it rebalances that dynamic with this other person. And that situation might solve itself, whatever that means. It's a general read, take it with a grain of salt, of course. That situation might solve itself, though. Because I see, when you pull back, I feel like what this is saying is things will slow down. And things won't work as well as they used to. And then this person has to be like, okay, wait a minute. What does this mean for my life? And it's gonna change that dynamic with that other person. And I feel like that's gonna make them really make some tough decisions. But that's something they have to do. They've decided they want to do this. They're not gonna listen. That's how it's gonna be. When you pull back and you're not showing any resistance, you're not like, you don't have to hold the door. I'm not going to knock on it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about the door. I'm not even going to go to it. I'm not going to knock on it. Not going to bother you. You don't want it? That's fine. When that resistance is gone, it's one less thing they have to deal with, but then that opens more energy to this other relationship going on here, this other situation, and then it's highlighted what that really is. And then things go differently. Because I do feel like this outside energy is a very controlling energy. For whatever reason, it feels like it's controlling. But when you aren't something that they can instruct this person on something to handle, and you pull back, then the dynamic shifts, and I feel like they keep trying to control this person, and I feel like it might be more painfully obvious what they're really doing, what really is going on here. The control factor is becoming very highlighted, and it might become unbearable. And that might be what this takes for that to become unbearable. It might take some time for it to really shake out, but I feel like this might solve itself if you do that. All right, I think we're there. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below with the same email. Thank you again for watching, and have a great day.